Hello and welcome to another episode of, well, I guess it's the first episode of City Skylines with your host, Azar Peppers. I haven't been feeling great the past few days, so I just wanted to play something that was relaxing and can have a good time playing. And I really, really like this game. It is so well done. It's the city building game that I have dreamed of since playing the early Sim Cities. I just love the amount of detail and tweaking and the way the traffic works and being able to watch all the people go from point A to point B and how everything functions like it kind of does in a city because, you have traffic that needs to get from point A to point B, and if it doesn't get there, then your city falls apart. So I really like that aspect of it. So I thought I would do a little video showing me building on this. It's supposed to be a map that has like flooding and stuff. That's one thing I wish somebody would make a flood mod where you could have flooding disasters and that kind of thing. I think that would be really neat. So, hey modders out there, get on that. Make a mod so it floods your city. That would be sweet. So I think what we're going to do is sort of make our residential area over here, and then we'll save this area up along the highway for industrial stuff. Just do this so it brings up the other options for me. I also, by running a mod where you can modify intersections and traffic lights and that kind of thing, and I also have the traffic mod where traffic doesn't just disappear if you get in a huge traffic jam, so it makes it a bit harder trying to manage traffic in your city. So I think what I'm going to do is do like a... These are pretty expensive in the beginning, but we'll do a short road coming into the city like this. That costs a lot. We're not going to be able to afford to do it all the way, so then we'll just do a one-way, two-lane, one-way street going down this way. And we will have an intersection right here, which will go up towards our industrial area. So first we got to deal with water. Let's put down a pump. One thing you have to make sure in this game is that your sewage output is downstream of your water intake. Otherwise you're going to get lots of, shit in your water, your drinking water, which nobody really likes and is kind of bad for your health. Not particularly good for, living and stuff. Let's start out with some wind power. Just along here. 2 should be alright to start. Get our power going here. We've already used up half of our money. Let's start placing some roads down. Oh, it looks like we have a bit of a hill here. That works. Alright, we've put down some residential areas, so now let's unpause it and see the city grow. Sometimes I just love watching, pick a certain car and just follow it around, see where it goes. It's fun watching your people. Oh right, I need to get power up here. That would probably be a helpful thing for people. There we go. You have power. What? I thought I had water going up here. Oh. Oops. There we go. Silly me. Silly, silly me. People are now finally flooding into the city to come to their new homes. This one-way system seems to be working pretty well. Who's this? Oh, they're returning to facility. Where's the mill residence again? Oh, there's the Mills. This is their car, Amanda Adams. Another person from the Mill residence works at Ready to Wear Limited. Right over here. Looks like a place to work, I guess. So I'm not sure how the flooding aspect of this map is going to work. I like the idea of having a flood in your city. I guess that's the only natural disaster I've experienced. I remember I lived in Winnipeg during the flood of 1997. Thankfully, the city has a flood diversion, so the city didn't actually get flooded, but it came close because the Red River threatened to back up in a river that wasn't protected, which would back up into the city and flood the city from the west, which wouldn't be good. So they built a giant dike out of school buses and cars and everything they could find just to desperately build this dike. I forget what it was called, a Bunk Hill dike or something. It was a pretty crazy time. Where we lived, we were in one of the super low areas in the city, and we were actually on evacuation notice. But it never actually came to it. The worst that happened in the city was quite a few people had their basements flooded. But that's just what happens when you live in a floodplain. So I've been messing around with the new traffic system. So right here I've made it so people going down here have the priority, and people coming down this street have to stop. Over here I did it a bit differently since it's more of an intersection. I did it so these people just have to yield while these people go on this way and this way have the right of way. So I think this mod has a lot of potential in being able to manage your traffic and street lights and stuff in the city a lot better. It's also the manual traffic lights, so you can override them yourself and control them, and the time traffic lights, which I've been sort of messing around with, but I don't quite understand how they work yet, but this should work out pretty well. I'm looking forward to seeing how it works under pressure. I've also got some more residential space. I've got some demand for more residential too, so I guess I should put down some more. Make this one way go towards the end. That should be good. And then we'll go like that. Yay, we are now a worthy village. We got all sorts of new stuff that we can add. I think I'm going to tweak the taxes a little bit. Since industrial people are so filthy, they'll have to pay a little more tax for the burden that they put on our environment. Let's raise commercial to 10%. We'll keep housing at 9% for now. Budget, everything looks good for now. Guess we should add a fire station. Guess we should add a couple because there's usually lots of fires in the industrial area, so we'll put one here, and we'll put one down here. There should be a good, and definitely medical. There's been a few times when I forgot to put clinic down, and things don't go very well, and you end up needing a lot of cemeteries. This person really needs to wear some glasses, eh? So I just realized that we have some flooding. The water is starting to rise. Our wind turbines are operational now. Thankfully I finally caved and made a coal power plant. A dirty coal power plant. But it looks like we're going to have some problems with our water, and I wonder if our pumps are still functioning. They seem to be still functioning for now. But we are going to have to do something about this. It'd be cool if there's a way you can put down sandbags or something. Dikes or whatever. Man. Sure have a lot of flooding. I didn't even notice it until it was just everywhere. Seems like most of our town is more or less safe for now, but I might be able to stop it once I get a dam, if I could dam it up here where the waterfalls are. But I'm not even close to having the ability to make dams yet. Well, our water intake and our water outtake are both completely submerged, but they're still working, which is good. At least this high water level seems to flush the sewage out pretty quickly. We do have some flooded houses over here, though. This one just was flooded a little while ago, but the water is sort of going up and down. But this one is pretty much completely underwater. Sorry, Florence residents. You'll have to find somewhere else to live for now. Oh, now you're good in. Although that doesn't exactly look unflooded. Fun stuff. Another feature that I really like about this game is how you can sort of make neighborhoods. So right now I'm going to make this residential area one neighborhood. Whoops, I kind of cocked that up. So we'll fill all that in. That'll be Valley Heights. And this will be our little sort of downtown area for now. Do that in. And our industrial area, which we will call the Poop Town. So now we've got a bit of a problem. I had to move the wind turbines finally, and now our water pump doesn't have power. So I guess we're gonna have to move it up here. This thing still seems to be working. Oh no, let's just move it up. Right up here. And then I guess we can get rid of this power line. The whole city doesn't have water. We need to reconnect everything. There we go. And there we go. Life is good again. Or at least it should be. There we go. Water, input, and sewage. There we go. The poop has lifted. I remember during the flood of 97 the military came in. They all parked their vehicles at our school. So one day we got out of class and we got to climb in and out of all the tanks and armored personnel carriers and stuff. It was pretty cool getting to sit inside them. They were there basically to sandbag and generally help out, but it was exciting at the time because I was young and I didn't really fully understand the impact. Well, I guess I did. Oh no, we're having a fire in this little trailer house. That's kind of pathetic. The Autumn residents. Good job, firemen. Go back to your station. Alright, so I decided to see if get a terrain modification mod. So now we can... There we go, now we can make some dikes. Just make one right along here. Oh, I guess I can't here. Okay, we're just gonna have to demolish this area. And save the rest. We must save the city. Oops. Okay, here we go. Now, oh, I guess we can't do it in water. We'll have to demolish these guys. Sorry, people. But this is an emergency. This one. There we go. Oh, why can't I do it here? I wonder if it costs money. I guess it does cost money. Alright, after taking out an emergency loan, we've managed to complete our initial dike around the city to protect these neighborhoods. Would have been nice if I could have gotten it a bit further out, but unfortunately I couldn't, so we had to demolish a block. But that seems to work pretty well. But yeah, it's just a mod that I downloaded. Pretty easy. Adds this little sub-menu in the menu, and then you get a number of different choices. works pretty well. So after taking out 2 loans and probably putting myself at risk of going into debt, I managed to build a dike system that goes all around our wind turbines, so don't have to worry about those flooding at the moment. My only worry is it backing up through this way, and I don't have enough money to make a dike going all the way out that way, so we're just going to have to hope for the best for now. Gotta add some more residential areas, and now we're safe to do that, well, safe-ish to do that here. Kabam! More residential. Town growing at a steady pace, even though we have certain areas of the city being flooded out. Now I'm going to be adding some more industrial, but I wanted to see what kind of resources we have around here. So if I click on the Natural Resources tab, we get to see what we all have. It looks like we've got quite a bit of forest area for the forest industry, and also ore. I think first of all in this area we'll set this to an ore specialization. I'll make it a little bit longer. That's what she said. Ha 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 ha. Just using these dirt roads for now, because at the moment I may as well not waste lots of money on expensive roads for the disgusting part of town. Now we'll have a little bit of an ore section to our city. That should bring in some more money. Finances are actually pretty good right now. 2,600 in the green. 40,000, not a whole lot. I'm kind of poor because I had to build this whole dike system, which actually costs quite a bit of money. I don't know why a cemetery needs water, but okay. Whatever. Well, I think that's where I'll leave it today in my flood city. We've grown quite substantially, lots of residents. 2,241 people living in our glorious town. We fought the flood and we won so far, taming nature to our will. So, if you like this, like and subscribe if you want. I'm not sure if I'll do any more of these cities ones, unless you really like them. So, until next time, see ya.